The Korean church right now has a kind of spiritual vitality and has a kind of organizational vitality and has a kind of resourcefulness, a kind of native ingenuity, a problem-solving mentality to get from point A to point B using ingenuity. In the scriptures, being is more important than doing. And what that means to me is that you have to be very careful not to lose sight of being right where you are. Any church has to be. So on Judgment Day, when we stand before the King, the Judge, and He separates us, He's not asking doctrinal questions. He said, which prisoner did you visit? Which homeless person did you take in? Which orphan? Which widow? So I think the church has to be rooted in its context wherever it goes in the world to make sure it doesn't overlook those kinds of people. I think the stress on prayer is also really crucial. I think in the West, to a large extent, for a variety of reasons that I can only speculate on, praying has become just a formality. There's no belief in it. There's no genuine belief in it. So because in the West we are Christians, so what really gets things done is not prayer, but medicine, technology, and so on. It's a part of our limitation in the West. I would say that some of the capacity to see the world in a spiritual way has been leached away through enlightenment, through enculturation processes that essentially reduce the capacity to believe. So you have in the churches in the West, in our time, a strong subliminal agnosticism. In other words, an attempt to believe, but it's hard to believe. And I think we shouldn't be surprised. Churches rise and fall. But that's why we need the Korean church. And we need the other church. We can't survive all by ourselves because we shrivel up and just go dead. And that's true of the church through time, everywhere. Would be the hospitality, the welcoming of strangers. I think if there's one challenge that a homogeneous church faces, is that in a monolingual, monolithic, homogeneous society, there's not much of a place for strangers. People, you hardly know what to do with strangers. Even if you feel that you should, there's no kind of developed tradition on what it means to welcome strangers, refugees, and so on. On the other hand, when Korean missionaries go abroad, this is what they do. That's what they do. And so I think if the church here develops a corresponding capacity to focus and prioritize on strangers, the people that don't expect to be helped by you, those are the ones. God will bless this. Those are His people. So those would be just my observations. I'm not sure I would call them advice, but observations.
Thank you so much.